Hi, we had to go back and do a little editing before we could post this video. And we want to thank the people that make all this possible. Silencer Central. They focus on one task, making high quality suppressors. You see the banished lineup here on our shooting table quite often. Davidson's Gallery of Guns, where you get a guaranteed lifetime replacement on every firearm. The SONORAN Desert Institute, with curriculum in firearms technology, gunsmithing, drone technology. Go to sdi.edu. And then Alabama Holster, my favorite little Kydex concealment holsters. I love them and been using them for a long time. Check them out. Now, enjoy the video. That's an order. Hickok 45 here. You're looking at a stack of something. You didn't know they stacked it that high, did you? Some of you would say exactly that. Yeah, Glock haters are gonna hate this video because you saw the title. That's why you tuned in, so you could dish out some hate for us Glock shooters, right? Well, that's what it's about. It's the last Glock I'd ever held. Many of you have requested that. You know, we've got the series now. Check the playlist. The last whatever I'd ever sell, and so I wanted to do this one as well, and had to put some thought into it, which is not easy. And John stacked them all up there so carefully. All the magazines are loaded too, for your information. None of the chambers are loaded, for your information, as you'll see. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Glocks. It's not the only gun out there, right? And it really, in recent years, I've become less of a Glockaholic. I still like them, but boy, there's some SIG models and others. The Hellcat. There's several firearms. There's just some really nice firearms made out there, and I actually rely on Smith & Wesson and SIG maybe more than I do Glock these days for my defense, and get right down to it. But I still like these. So they're all loaded. Why don't we start that way? Okay, let's just shoot them all. Since all of you are gonna come to the compound and help me clean them, okay, this week, I'll just shoot them all, get all of them dirty, and we'll start with the top one. Now we might have an avalanche, but we're not worried about it because they all have the safety, firing pin block, and all that kind of thing. And there's nothing in the chambers. John was right, they might fall. I was hoping they'd stay up there. Come on, John, you didn't. Well, let's just let some up tumble down there, okay? So what do I have in my hand? I have the Glock 43X. And of course, what you see on the table, as many of you know, these are not all my Glocks. These are the finalists. These are the finalists. So Glock 43X, got night sights on this one. Pretty nice. I think you all know I've learned to really like this one quite a bit. So let's just shoot it a little bit. Oh, it looks like we punctured a can down there. So Glock 43X, I'll put the mag back in it. It's empty, of course. Where does that one fit? We'll talk about it. Pretty high up, I think. Okay. Oop, look what we got here. Glock 26, an all-time favorite for a lot of Glockers, including me. Put a round in the chamber, see if it still shoots. It has been neglected lately, I'll have to say. It sure has. Still a great gun though. It's, again, a finalist, or it would not be on the table. Not in the top 2 or 3, probably. We'll talk about it. I kind of place them a little less love, a little more love, okay? And that's that line. All right, let's pull this one here out. That's a big one. What is it? Oh, Glock 17. Woo! Big old Glock, 9mm. Let's see how it does. Let's put one on the gong. We're neglecting the targets over there. Yeah. Glock 17, she's empty. Oh boy, which row do we put it in? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna put it in the middle. How's that? I'm not sure here. Put it in the middle row, okay? All right, and what we have here, oh, a Glock 19. Ah, those things aren't worth much, are they? Oh man, 19. I believe a few people have shot these. Let's see if we can hit the gong with this one. There we go, it wasn't holding right. The old 19, hard to beat. That's got to go in the especially love, higher love row over here, doesn't it? All right, now what we have. Oh, what's that thing look like? That's a big old 10 millimeter. I can't shoot a 10 millimeter. Wow. It's a finalist. Let's put one of those on the paper over here and smoke some pot since we got 10 millimeter. Yeah, that'll smoke it. I'll bet it'll even pop a 2 liter. Yeah, what'd I tell you? I'll bet those rectangle plates. Boom. Good old 10. A lot of us really like a 10. Oh boy, you know, if you're getting down to one Glock, the last Glock you'd ever sell, maybe it ought to be a 10. I don't know. Let's put it over here. I think I have some special feelings for that one. Now what do we have? Last one. Glock 41, 45 ACP. All right. That's a nice one too. That's why it's out here. Mr. Red 2 liter. Other red 2 liter. Yeah, boy, it throws big bullets. 45 caliber. Nice one, nice one. Got the long, thinner slide. It's a favorite. It is. I've got a threaded barrel for that one. Where do we put it? These are all finalists, but look at my, I want to put it over here too. So these are the finalists, you know, so what am I ended up with here? And then I didn't even put this one in the so I kind of, you know how I do this, I usually have honorable mention. At least I end up with honorable mention. And then the finalists, and I have to pick one. I don't know. I don't have enough in the honorable mention. So let's figure out who's going to be in the honorable mention and not going to make the very top tier. As much as I like the 26, I guess it's going to be an honorable mention. Now, you may wonder why on some of this, and let me say this too while we're doing this. This is true for any of these. This is the glass Glock I would sell. This is not like what I think is the best Glock or what the best Glock I think is for other people. This is just of my collection, my situation, all of my firearms. This would be my decision. If I said, as the joke I've used, if Chuck Schumer was rolling up in a truck in 20 minutes and was just going to leave me one, first of all, I wouldn't let him in the driveway, right? But so this is just my situation. And what affects that? Well, think about it. What other guns I have? You know, I've got some nice little SIGs and like the Hellcat that, yeah, maybe I'd keep before that if I had to now. I don't know. So other firearms can influence all of this. Kind of informs the whole thing. Also, where I live and what I do. If I lived in Alaska, it may not require a lot of thinking. It might be the Glock 20, of course, right? Maybe, not of course, but so yeah, all those factors are in it. This is personally, this is me, the last Glock I would sell if I had to sell it. And you will obviously, many of you choose a different one probably, but it's because of your situation. Maybe your experience shooting, the guns you have, your long-term goals in shooting or whatever, ammo availability. It could be a lot of factors, right? So we're talking about me personally. Sorry, hate to be egotistical. So I'm gonna put that over in the honorable mention. The 26. Sorry, Glock 26. You've been good to me. I'm not getting rid of you. You're okay. I'm also going to put the 17 over there. Gosh, I've learned to really like the 17 more than ever. That was my very first Glock, this Glock 17, not this one. Okay, what else? I got to eliminate somebody. Do I want to eliminate the 19, the 20, the 41? Whew. Okay. This is where it gets really tough. Really tough. This would be the best concealed, maybe one of the best concealed. I like it better than the 26, actually, this 43X. Learned to really like it. I'm gonna put the 41 over here, okay? I don't know why, I gotta give up something. I don't wanna give it up. I don't wanna give up anything. And the, I guess I'd really like these three, of course, a great deal. So it really comes down to which one would I keep. Okay, which one of these would I keep? That's what this is about, isn't it? Well, I don't live in Alaska, so I'm going to give up my 10 millimeter. I don't hunt with a handgun or hunt, period, but you know, it's really great to have one of these around, but if I had to give them all up, almost. And then between these two, the 43X and the Glock 19, if I'm going to just have one Glock for the rest of my life, I guess it's not going to be the 43X, as much as I like it. I've learned to like it, and that one is nice. Got night sights, same as these, I think. So, guess what? It comes down to how many of you are surprised? The Glock 19, and you know, it's just the do-all pistol. I know smarter than anybody else. Look at all the federal agencies that issue the Glock 19. You know, for years and years, it's been just a mainstay. So I think it's Glock's still their best seller, perhaps. The Navy SEALs carry the Glock 19. CIA, FBI. I think Homeland Security. Now they have a few other guns too, but it's like this in the 19, or this in the Glock 17, or this in the Glock 26, and that kind of thing. And you know, not that, especially now, we have as much respect for some of those agencies, maybe, but we do most of the agents in their choice of firearms, right? In most cases. So, in the Navy SEALs, I mentioned them. So, Glock haters, I know you're dying 1,000 deaths right now. But yeah, this is my final choice, and I really should shoot it again, shouldn't I? Since it is my final. You know what? I happen to have another one. Maybe that tells you that I do like the Glock 19. Now, this one's not hot either. In fact, these are the two I have set up the same way, the same night sights and True Glows, and they're, aren't they? No, Ameriglow. And I mean, they're just great. I got the Talon grips. Of course, I got that on all these out here, don't I? And they feel good, and they're good shooters. And these two happen to have really crisp triggers. They got a definite take up with a wall, definitive wall, and everything like I like. I used this one, yeah, in the course I took with Reed Hendricks, Valor Ridge, and just a great pistol. So let me shoot the 19 again. Can I do that? The Glock 19. Wow, what a big surprise, maybe to some of you. So let's just shoot it. Heck. They just make a really nice handgun, the Glock 19, and I've liked it for a long time. I really don't, well, I won't say I don't care. It's interesting to know, but I really don't care what agencies use it. You know, I'm not surprised that so many agencies use this in the 17. You know, it's just a perfect size handgun. As I've always said, it's big enough. You know, that's why I didn't have a 17 again. I got away from the 17 for about 20 or 30 years. And because this is big enough, it'll take the same magazine. You can put a Glock 17 magazine in it. The Glock 19 magazines work in them too. Did you know that? And so, no big surprise. It's been a favorite for a long time. But I didn't really come into this, and I never do, with preconceived notions. As I gathered up on paper, what would be the 6, maybe 5 or 6 Glocks I really liked the most, I'd have the most difficulty giving up. And those are the ones I ended up with. And so you know I like them, I bought them, right? And it was really difficult. I think the number one choice was not all that difficult, because it's a great carry gun. It just works for so many purposes for me, because I don't hunt with a Glock, you know, or hunt, but so it just makes a lot of sense. You know, it's not too hard to figure out, right? But boy, I'd hate to give up my Glock 20 and that little Glock 43X, the 41, the 40, have one in 45, you know, and all the other stuff. So, but anyway, that's my choice, and maybe it's why I have a couple of them. Actually, I might have more than a couple, but I got a couple that are set up exactly the same with almost duplicate triggers. It's just random luck that these two are, but they both have great triggers, and that's just pretty nice. So anyway, the Glock 19 is my choice. What would you choose if you're a Glockster? You own Glocks? Yeah, let us know which would be your last Glock that you would give up if you had to give up all the others. Okay. Now, you Glock haters, I know you can't really go through that mental exercise very well, but you Glock haters, there is a reason that all these agencies select them. It's not just money or cost or that kind of thing. It's not because they were hanging out on the internet, oh, Glock, oh, somebody said Glocks are good, let's get Glocks, you know. They are really handy, and they usually choose them for the reliability factor, and of course they're plenty accurate too, but they're just so utterly reliable. How many malfunctions do you see out here on the range when I'm shooting a Glock? Not very often, is it? And how many did we see today? Don't remember any. Anyway, Glock 19, that's my choice if I have to give the others up. But I ain't giving none of them up. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. You know, really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com, and also while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.